Okay, so we're just going to kind of go over once we've done before, and we're into the submission end of it now. So Carol has me in side control. Again, I'm making that frame. We'll just do the other reversal from side control. So I'm bridging in the car to get his head on the same side as his hips, freeing up my bottom shoulder as I go for the running escape, and Carl makes harness control. So again, I'm swimming inside and getting control of this arm, coming up on my elbow, and my hand's coming over, and I'm grabbing that lat, and I'm clamping. Okay. So from there, I'm walking my hip back to get my hip under Carl's, and then from that position, I look over my shoulder, and I step over with that foot to take him into scarf hold. So we've looked at, scarf hold, the diaphragm choke is a submission. So the position, if it's played properly, is a submission. So that's what I'm going for. And that reaction of fighting it is going to set up your wrist locks, your arm bars and stuff. So again, I have my position, I'm putting my weight on Carl, so I'm lifting myself right up onto him and starting to sag. Carl needs to get on his side to stop the diaphragm choke. If he's flat on his back, it'll just take a small adjustment by me to get it. But anytime he gets on his side, and again he'll pendulum his legs and possibly get his elbow to the mat. So again, take it back a step. Sometimes when you lose control of that elbow and you've kind of nearly went into a headlock position, there, the wrist lock's there. And he has to let go of the body lock, obviously, to get his elbow to the mat and get on the side. So from this position, if his elbow's on the mat, I'm just going to put the palm of my hand over his knuckle line. Okay, push down on the wrist. And then I'm clamping my elbow and I put my belly over it. So if you have a big belly, you're going to be really good at this submission. So from there, I put my belly over it, and now I'm using the mat as a wedge on his elbow, and then I'm pushing into the wrist. Be very careful with this because the wrist is a very fragile joint and we don't want any injuries tonight. That's my first option. Second option, I'm here putting weight on Carl, but anytime he withdraws that elbow, he hasn't got below my leg. So now my leg is acting as a wedge. He hasn't got it to the mat. So my thigh is under his tricep, and again I'm reaching back, finding that hand. So I want the palm of my hand over the fat part of his ear. Okay? And then I'll clamp my elbow. On this version, you're not trying to get your belly over, so I'll just use my core clamp, and then I'm driving in. Another kind of defense people will do, anytime you go for that wrist lock, Carl makes a fist, and makes a rigid fist. So when you go for this wrist lock, it's hard to get. So I'm going to use this leg to come up, and now I use that as a frame to bend his wrist down. Sorry, bend his wrist down, and then I'm back into that wrist lock again. So let's see if again. Again, the second you reverse them from this, you'll be looking for it straight away. It will present itself. So from our position, I make the frames, bridging into Carl, and as I go for that running escape, he gets harness control. So I'm swimming inside, the inside track. If I'm on my shoulder, I can get it, but sometimes if you come up onto your elbow, I have a little bit more leverage, and I'm clamping this. This comes over, and I grab the lat, and I clamp with my elbow. Walk my hips back to get them under Carl. Look over your shoulder, straight into the reversal. The second he goes for to get us onto the side, I'm already, I like this version, I don't like him getting his elbow to the mat. I just trap it with my leg, reach back, so my hand's coming back, find this, and again making sure that the wedge of my thigh, making sure his elbow can't move, and I'm pushing straight into it. If I'm late and he gets it to the mat, I can still get it. Even though he's looking to come out the back door with that leg hook, go, hook the leg, I can still get this. Pushing. Okay. So it's there, just keep chasing it, right? Because his hand, he's trying to pull his hand out and I have it. And when he makes that fist, so we go for this, and you get a lot of people, they'll just go rigid with this position here. So we don't want to get into a battle of trying to bend this. I'll use my leg. I just bring this up and get a slight bend. And then I'll bring my thigh underneath it and bring it close to my body. The other way of getting the wrist lock is I can take it this way as well. It's a little bit harder sometimes to get it that way, but it's still pushing in. So look at that one more time. So from side control. So when I bridge, I want to get Carl's head on the same side as his hips. So this creates the space so I can free my shoulder. The second he gets to the harness control, I'm winning that inside space. So my hand's coming over and grabbing at the wrist. This one comes over and I clamp it close to my body. From there I walk my hip under his, look over my shoulder, straight into scarf hold. And again, looking for the diaphragm choke, which is why we taught that first. So his reaction is going to give me the wrist lock. So I sit up on him and put weight. And as he tries to get his arm to the mat, I reach back. So from the elbow or the tricep, get the palm of my hand over the meaty part of his, making sure my thighs, and I'm pushing down. If I'm late, no worries, just use the mat as a wedge, push it in. If he makes that fist, just bring my leg in and get a bend in it using my leg as a lever. And then from there, we're back in again. Be careful with it, okay?